Okay, so hey mamas, I am pumping up my birthing ball because I'm going to show you different positions that you can use in labor and actually in childbirth. So let me finish. Killing my arm. Okay, I think that's good. I'm about to let a balloon go in the room. So these exercises are going to be especially helpful for if you're going to give birth naturally. If you're not going to give birth naturally, then they're still going to be useful for you, especially as you're preparing for labor. You want to get your hips nice and loose, work on opening up your pelvis. But if you get an epidural, you're going to be in bed. They're not going to let you get out of bed and use your birthing ball because you're not going to be able to feel your legs. If at all, they're just going to be tingly, but a lot of moms just can't feel anything from the abdomen down. So these are going to be helpful for you as you get ready for labor, and then for the moms that want to give birth naturally without an epidural, without any pain meds. Vaginal birth is a beautiful thing, and I really encourage you to do it because there's so many benefits for you and your baby. If that's not how it works out for you, then great, do your thing, but let's practice getting ready for natural birth. So like I said, the birthing ball is great to help you open up your hips and your pelvis. We spend so much of our time as women sitting, crossing our legs, and keeping our pelvis kind of closed in. And we don't want to do that. As we prepare for childbirth, we want to open everything up. Thankfully, we have a hormone in our body being released in pregnancy called relaxin, and that's helping our joints loosen up and get our pelvis ready to maneuver and move and let our baby come down and out the birth canal. But we can help with that. So the birthing ball, as we practice, we are going to blow it up. Yeah, could you move it back a little bit? And then we are going to actually get on our birthing ball. And it's just an exercise ball, but make sure that it is strong enough to hold your weight. And that it's not gonna like explode, and that it's grippy so you don't slide out from underneath it. I am currently 22 weeks pregnant, so I am using my birthing ball, and I'm going to start practicing getting my pelvis to open up. So as we use our birthing ball, in labor it's extremely soothing, but we are using gravity to help our baby come down into the pelvis. So this bouncing movement, and our legs are open, just helps the baby use gravity to come down and engage in the pelvis. We also want to do a lot of rocking movements in labor, whether you're rocking forward and backwards or side to side, opening up our hips, stretching out our joints, side to side. While we are on our birthing ball, we really can be practicing our breathing as well. And I have a separate video that talks about all of the different breathing types in labor, our deep breathing, our transition breath, and then our birthing breath. And so as we are on our birthing ball using gravity, opening up our hips, we can be using our breath. We can also do a round movement like this, a circular movement. So it takes our forward and our backward movement and our side to side all together. And we are just pulling our pelvis up and forward, side, back, and around. And again, just allowing our hips to move and helps baby maneuver down the birth canal. So very useful as you practice labor, and then when you are in labor, active labor, transition phase, and you can even give birth on the birthing ball in a squatting position. Those are for the brave mamas that don't want to be in bed and they want to be sitting on something while they're pushing. Kind of simulates a toilet when you're pushing. You're in that same position. I also want to talk about using the birthing ball as support. So as you are in labor and you are experiencing contractions and you need to lean over something, but you still want to, sorry, my cameraman's making me crack up. But you still want to use something for support because you don't want to be sitting in bed leaning backwards where your pelvis is in a position that is not allowing a lot of room for baby. When you're sitting, you actually close that opening a little bit, and baby doesn't have enough room to come down the birth canal. You also could experience a lot more tearing, vaginal tearing, when you give birth that way. So we're leaning forward, we're out of bed, but we still want support. I recommend using a pillow underneath your knees, because your knees are gonna hurt if you're just on the floor. Then you can lean over your birthing ball, and through your contraction, you are breathing, leaning over your birthing ball, rocking back and forth. The rocking movement is very helpful. When you're in this position, you take a lot of pain off of your back. As your baby's coming down the birth canal, you have a spine, and you have your sacrum, and you have your coccyx. All those bones that baby might be pushing on, causing back pain. When you're leaning forward, you're again using gravity. So baby is coming forward and not pushing on your back. Also, baby's getting more oxygen this way. You are allowing yourself to take deep breaths in this position, and baby is not laying on your vena cava, a big blood vessel that when you're laying back, especially if you lay flat, can cut off blood supply. I also recommend having your continuous birth support, so someone that is there coaching you through labor. And when you're in this position, that person is behind you, doing sacral pressure, massaging you, giving you deep massage, and helping you breathe through your contraction. So this is a great position. So that's all I'm going to talk about right now in this live. And if you want to know more about how you can use your birthing ball and how you can cope through labor, put something in the comment section below that lets me know that. Tell me what you're looking for and how I can help you better prepare for your natural birth. I'll see you next time.